Hey, my mate. Okay, thanks. I appreciate the urgency and stuff there. And we get to work straight away. Cool. I'm very happy with that. And thanks for your patience today as well. Right, so I think it's going to be sort of a lot more simple than we think. We don't have a lot of work to do here. So more than anything, I think you have to change your understanding of what's happening, and then obviously I'll help you to how to maneuver your body, etc., to do that, right? But I think, you've done well up until this point. And I think you're right. I think you've now kind of almost maxed out with what you're doing as to what level of golf you can play, right? But I think, to get to any decent level of golf is probably two big fundamentals, maybe three, a bit of footwork as well, but two big fundamentals, which is, have the club face square or closed, all right? There's very few people that play good golf with an open club face. Very, very difficult. And learn to swing the club on quite a flat plane. Okay, how you get there and when you get there is sort of different, but it is quite important to strike the ball getting on that flatter plane. Okay, plane's just an angle, right? So don't worry about it, right? So, I think the two big things that people struggle with in the beginning is an upright plane and an open face, and that leads to bad shots and bad strikes and etc., etc., etc. So you're really, really good in terms of the plane and how strong the club face is. Really strong club face position, all right? It is slightly closed, all right? I do like, personally, the face a little bit closed. All it means really is you don't have to do much work to square the club through impact, but obviously you need to be aware of it and you need to know that that's how you play the game. Okay, most top players play the game closed or very closed. Okay, so you're just at the slightly closed mark, so it's nothing to worry about. As I said, I like it, but I just want to communicate that to you. Right, so I think what needs to happen here, most of all, okay, we need to change and understand two really, really big fundamental ideas. Okay, so the first thing is that the golf swing is a circle. Okay, the golf swing is a tilted circle. All right, so I'm just going to play you a little video quickly. All right.
Help of our Konica Minolta Swing Vision camera, just with a 3-wood here off the first. He has a really slow, deliberate takeaway and very high hands at the top. But we would say in the old days, it's a classic swing. Starts down, really rips the right knee into the left knee. That too, a classic move. I'm sure his dad Mike taught him that. And really watches the ball closely as it follows its path.
Using the Konica Minolta Swing Vision camera, this is off one. We were lofted mantle. Now John has very tight hips. This is why how he's developed his swing. Amazingly laid off position, but look how well he clears, and it goes back on one line, comes back on the same, doesn't it? Throw in the Konica Minolta Swing Vision camera, and then this is an athletic golf swing. Huge arms, strong guy. Watch, look, he reaches for the sky, and then now watch the belt line. This is the key bit. If you had a large lunch and 2 beers, you can't do this afternoon. You have to be a finely tuned athlete. Look, pull the belt buckle round, gives you the space, and then look at the extension through. This man is a serious athlete, works out incredibly.
Okay, so we can see there, all right, the golf swing is a tilted circle. The ball gets intercepted in that circle at the bottom of the arc. All right, that's how we're trying to play the game. That's how we're trying to swing the golf club. Okay, we're trying to create the circle. I think what else you should notice from those videos is how strong the body control is and how much body rotation is in those. Okay, now obviously those are tour players. I don't expect that level of athleticism. Not yet, anyway. But you look strong and balanced, and you can rotate. You do rotate to quite a good finish. Okay, I just don't think you have that idea in your head, and maybe you've never actually thought of it or never learnt it like that. Okay, so the golf swing is a circle. That circle is built around your spine. All right, and obviously whatever you do with the hips affects the spine, which then affects the circle, which is fundamental number 2. Anything that you do, the slightest move in a hip, in a shoulder, in an arm, forearm, whatever, okay, we've got to remember will affect the circle, and the circle has to react to a fixed point, which is the golf ball. Okay, so anything you do has a sort of, I don't want to say an equal opposite effect, it doesn't, but it has an effect. And then another compensation has to happen, and then before you know it, 4 or 5, 6 compensations are happening, okay, just because of one move. All right, so we're not going to know yet what those compensations are and what they're doing, because you need to change your fundamental idea, okay, but I'm trying to illustrate as well how important it is to not have all these up and down body movements, because they're creating compensations. And obviously in that analysis there, we also saw a little bit of a hand pull. So once again, that now we have to compensate, whether it's the stance, whether it's the posture. Okay, at the moment it's a bit of both, whatever it is, right? I'm just explaining that the fundamental idea is out. Okay, so don't worry too much about specifics right now. We'll get into it over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so to simplify, okay, you're doing a lot of stuff well. Your circle's quite good. The face is a little bit shut to the circle. All right, so that's actually quite good. We don't mind it. All right, you do a lot of stuff well leading up to impact. And then as you get here, instead of continuing that circle and allowing your body rotation and centrifugal force to keep the face square, okay, you decide to rather go this way, okay, and then obviously that way. So you hit the ball like that. Okay, so basically, even when you strike the ball correctly, the first thing that's happening is your body is now stalling. Okay, so a lot of your energy is now lost. Okay, so the body's now stalling, but the face is moving away across the ball and rotating. So you're hitting the ball like this. Right, so what you have to do is hope, okay, that the strike and compression of the ball starts it far enough right, and you don't have too much side spin and it goes enough to the left. Okay, it's impossible to control. Okay, it's absolutely impossible to control. Right, so we obviously can't swing like that. Right, on top of that, if you are swinging inside out, and this is the kind of mathematician side, if you are swinging inside out, let's say that's our end target. Okay, now the face is a bit shut and rotating, so we've got some draw going. So we have to aim right. Okay, so we aim right. Let's say 10 or 15 meters, depending on the length of the club. Okay, so we aim right, thinking, cool, I'm hitting draws, let me aim a little bit right. Now the problem is you're swinging into out. Okay, so now when you aim there, now you start swinging there. So if I take out the aim point, relative to your end target, you could be swinging as much as 18 or 20 degrees offline. Okay, so never mind the fact that the body's stalling and the face is rotating, you're swinging nowhere near where you want the golf ball to end up. So your chances of the golf ball ending up there are just, it's a lottery. It's an absolute lottery. Okay, so first thing we have to do, easier said than done, okay, is we have to learn how to try and swing on a circle. Then we can figure out where's the circle offline, where's the face not matching the circle, where's the body not quite working. Okay, but we have to stop swinging like that, body stalling, backing out, closing the face, and we have to start making a circle, and we have to intercept the golf ball, and we have to trust that the face is closed, but it's stable. Okay, so the face is stable, so we're hitting the back of the golf ball. So go back and look at those videos again. Don't hit the inside of the golf ball, hit the back of the golf ball with a stable face, and if it's a little bit open or a little bit, then the ball's going to be left or right, but it's going to be within that channel. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so that, which is fine, which is acceptable, right? So how do we work on it, right? So first thing I want you to do, okay, now we do need to stand a little bit close to the ball, all right? So that is going to help us. It's going to stop that move. You know, you obviously did that move, hit a couple out the heel, started backing further and further, etc., etc. So we do need to start closer to the ball. So just in your warm-up, maybe sort of 10 swings or so. And start with start with a sort of short club and quite a short swing and just see how it goes. All right, so what I want you to put two balls quite close to each other like that. All right, and we're going to take our normal address position and we're going to address the outside ball. Okay, normal address position. For you, that's over here. Okay, normal address position. Then without changing our posture or moving our feet or anything, just pull your arms in. Okay, little three-quarter swing. Okay, and just hit the inside ball. Right, so we're going to do 10 of those. Right, obviously, at first you might hit a few on the outside, so don't park your car there or whatever's downstairs, I'm not sure. Okay, right, then, once you got into that, okay, 10 of those, then I just want you to make a few swings. Let's start with an 8 iron. I want you to make a few swings, and I just want you to fully rotate. So I want you to allow your chest to go. Obviously, we're going to let the hip open up, but I want you to allow your chest to go and your arms to follow the chest and exit more to the left and finish up and over that left shoulder. Okay, so just hit 3 of those with an 8 iron. Right, and then we're going to get into the swing path drill. So what I want to do the swing path drill, take the ball you're hitting. Okay, club's going to be 1 club head inside. Okay, and on the edge of that hosel, 1 foot back. Okay, so if I was hitting that ball, 1 foot back. All right, so 1 club head inside, 1 foot back. We're going to put a ball there. All right, then where you address the ball, just on the outside of the toe, maybe give yourself half an inch. Okay, and a foot in front. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, right? So this is the ball hitting. Now, honestly, when I stand here, those are no issue. They're not in play at all. Okay, but I do think at first when you do it, either this one's going to be in play or that one. Okay, or both. All right, so you might want to start it with tees. Okay, so maybe tees first. All right, just hit a few without hitting the tees. Okay, so obviously we don't want to be going this way. Okay, we want to use the hip, keep our original posture, forward bend, make a circle, back of the ball, inside. Okay, so you should then be able to hit some without hitting those tees, right? Nice setup. Once you start hitting these, do sneak a little bit closer, just for feel, yeah? Okay. All right, miss the tees. If you're starting to get comfortable with those, then let's put the balls there, right? Okay, and then obviously just be a little bit careful. I don't know what's around there, if there's any breakables. But you want to be able to hit those, not hit that one or hit that one. Okay, trust. A little closer to the ball. Okay, and miss those balls. Right, so that's where we need to start. Right, so do a bit of that for me. Okay, and then tomorrow, right? Obviously, we've got to play. Try and have that idea. Try and make that circle. Try and commit to letting that body open up or continue rotating, whatever it is, okay? Obviously, it's going to feel like your chest and shoulders and arms are going to the left, so it's going to feel like you're hitting the ball left, and you might hit 1 or 2 left, okay? That'll be more because of the club face than anything, but that's the feel you got to have, right? But because of that rule of dispersion there, okay, I need you to imagine that you're aiming your circle. So we're not aiming right, we're just picking our circle up and we're moving it at a slightly right-hand target, 10 meters, okay? And we're trying to hit the back of the ball relative to that target that we've picked. So we're still trying to make a circle, we're still trying to complete the circle, just at a target that's a little bit right. Okay, you have to pick a target that if you hit the ball straight, you're okay. Okay, but thank you very much. Sorry, my mic just dropped out there. But thank you very much. Good luck with this. Start trying these things straight away, translating these feels a little bit. Have a good wedding. I'm sure you're going to be sitting at the wedding thinking about golf. So the speeches are going to be really long. But enjoy it, have a good night, and good luck tomorrow. Let me know how it goes. Send me some videos in the meantime while you're trying the drills and trying the new feels, and let me know if you need anything else. Okay, thanks very much. I'll talk to you later.